Hello, how's everybody doing? This is going to be a preface, if you will, to a differential equations course I'm going to make, just to help anybody, teach anybody the entire course of differential equations for free. But if there is anybody watching this, this is obviously meant for a specific individual, but is open to everybody. With that said, let's just go over a brief introduction on what we'll be learning. Um, And I actually want to say, before we get into this, is that I am a student, so I have a very interesting perspective on this class, and I know how not to teach some things. I know how to actually, I don't know, I have a pretty poor professor for this, to tell you the truth, and I know exactly what not to do. So I think I'm going to have a unique, and it's definitely going to be, this is definitely going to be something that will be beneficial for you that you won't get from a regular professor. Now, let me real quick turn on the laser pointer. Okay, so we could pretty much divide this course into three units. First, we have the first order ordinary differential equations. And of course, this is just kind of like this video is mostly meant for organization. You won't be learning anything today, so you won't know what a first order ordinary differential equation even is, or what any of this means. But this is instead a video that you can refer to so you know how close you are, how far you are into this course, or what you need to know, maybe some things you don't recognize that you should go back and redo. This is mostly just an overview, like a preface. So, we will have our first video after this, which will be our introduction to notations and explicit forms, to normal forms, basic stuff that is pretty important for the entire course. It will appear everywhere. It's kind of like the chapter 0 must-know background knowledge. And of course, there's some other things like you'll have to know how to take an integral, obviously. Some integrals will be kind of annoying, but we'll go through all that. Don't sweat it. And if things are kind of getting crazy, like there's going to be some linear algebra, and I plan to at the time of those videos. I'm definitely going to make some linear algebra videos too that come out at the same time. So if you forget how to work with that, like matrices and whatever, um, don't sweat it because I'm here and I'll make a video about it. So then we'll go into linear equations, separable equations. These are two different ways to solve a specific type of first order equations. Then we'll be looking at their solution curves, their applications, and some numerical methods, and then finally a different type called exact differential equations. And I'm going to tell you, exact differential equations are pretty brilliant and they're a lot of fun to do. I mean, to be honest, these all are, but wow, exact's a lot of fun. It's a lot different, but it's a lot of fun. Okay, so then our second unit almost. It's our higher order differential equations, and it's going to be linear. Um, I don't think you do non-linear outside of this class, but I will be teaching you linear. There's also something called partial differential equations, which is a different class. I'll get into that maybe in the next video, and we don't really do any of that. So we'll start with our introduction, general methods to homogeneous equations, homogeneous equations with constant coefficients, and we'll go into our non-homogeneous equations. We'll hit on mechanical vibrations, and then we'll go to the Laplace transforms, which are brilliant works of art. And then finally, we'll have our first order systems. We'll have a quick introduction, then we'll go right with linear systems, and we'll go into eigenmethods, and then linear planar systems, and autonomous planar systems, and we'll rock out with some population dynamics, and then we're done. So I am planning on having this no video is gonna drag on. I really don't want long videos. I want really short, succinct videos, and I want to give you guys access to a lot of practice problems, and also point you in directions, maybe online textbooks, online other videos that could just maximize and optimize your learning. Um, so this is the purpose of the video is done, but I just want to say a few things. Um, I kind of want to say that when you're doing this, in my opinion, just so you don't forget, because it's pretty dense. There's sure there's like a few things for each unit, but it can get super dense. Um, don't I don't it depend. Of course, obviously you could be in this class. Maybe you're just taking this just because you're not in this class. I mean, I know the video I'm specifically making this for is actually not taking this class yet. But I will say, when you like go through maybe 1 or 2 or 3 units, I'm probably going to be making every few videos a video that kind of goes back and is like, all right, this is like a practice test to go through what you learned last time. Maybe at the end of each video, like let's just say we're on solution curves, and at the end of that, I'll hit you with like a separable equations and like a linear equations just to refresh your memory. But with that said, I call it here, and I'm gonna get to rocking on the next video, which will be our introduction. So stay tuned.